What up, YouTube? This is Steven, and welcome back. Alright, so as you guys may have heard, OJ Simpson has been, you know, released on parole. I think that's the phrase that they use, right? Alright, he has received parole, so basically he can get out of prison, but he'll still be under, um, you know, the watch of the legal system, right? But some folks, mainly, the folks of the cave variety, right, have issues with this, right? And before I really get into this, I just want to give a disclaimer that I really don't care about O.J. Simpson, um, because O.J. Simpson doesn't really care about the black community. But I am doing this based on principle. I'm doing this video based on principle, not more so because I'm just, want to just jump out there and just defend OJ when, this same person doesn't really care about the community, doesn't really want to have much to do with the community. Even when the community has came to his aid and defense, what we got, right? What we got. But on the basis of principle, I want to, talk about this. So let's jump into this. All right. So these cave folk here, subhuman cave beasts, they're mad that O.J. Simpson then, got off, or at least got paroled, right? And I'm like, well, that happened so long ago. I think you guys need to kind of get over it. I think you guys need to get over it, right? Um, the legal system has said that these are the facts, right? Especially, and think about it, think about us, right? Just like this year alone, we've been going through like, you know, legal battles as far as like police brutality is concerned. And oftentimes we're just pretty much either specifically told or either sent the message that we just need to kind of get over it. You know, it happens, things happen, just get over it, like get past it. So for these cave folk, these cave dwellers, subhuman beasts, right? I'm just telling them, like, they got to get over this. How long did this happen? Like in the early 90s, and we're still on this. We're still like, you guys are still like so bent on getting justice. Why? It happened so long ago, right? Like, I thought you guys would have gotten over that by now. You know, don't you trust our legal system to do its job? Don't you trust the legal system to make the correct choice? Right? You don't. I. What's up with you people? What's up with you guys? You guys are kind of weird. It's almost like you're saying one thing but doing another. You know. But to get back into topic, OJ, it's kind of like I felt like they kind of trumped up the charges on him, as far as like the time that he got or was sentenced to for trying to get back his memorabilia via theft. um, but apparently, this isn't enough for these folks, right? These, cave dogs. It's not enough for them. They want more. They want O.J. Simpson, I guess, to rot in jail or to get the death penalty. Um, hmm. But again, like these same folks, when we going through our issues, they don't really have much to say. Like the police officer just recently who got off for shooting down and killing an unarmed black man, right? Well, he may have been. He had. I think he may have been licensed to carry. So yeah, but he did tell him that he was licensed and that he was carrying at the time. It didn't help, unfortunately. Um, but I think this is just a good situation and a good. This is just this whole situation here is just something to note, right? Something to notice and to take note of. You know that these people, these Europeans, they will say one thing and they'll present this to you as, oh, you need to do ABC, ABCDE, right? But for them, in the same situation, they're not doing ABCDE. They're doing X, Y, and Z, right? And the thing is, like, these European Americans, they're so petty because historically, white, they have had how many different wins on us, Basically, we got one. They have a million points, right? We got 1 point on them. They got a million points on us. They are concerned about that 1 point that we have. They're looking at that 1 point and they have a million points on us in this, race war, if you want to call it that, right? And they can't stand that we have one thing. That's the thing too. These people, they can't stand it when we have something that they want, you know, something that they can't have themselves. They feel some type of a way about that. Notice that, a lot of times people feel like black folk stuff is supposed to be for everybody. But for their stuff, oh, they can be exclusive with their stuff, but our stuff is supposed to be for everyone. And that we should be flattered that they are interested in our stuff, right? But again, to bring it back to OJ, you know, again, based on principle, I think OJ needs to just be left alone. What else do you want from him? I mean, what do you want from him? you know, as far as me and how I personally feel about OJ, it's like, okay, all right, uh, you know, y'all do what you do, you know. But I know that it's kind of weird because on one hand, I don't really give too much care about OJ, but on the other hand, I don't want to see white supremacy get like another win. White supremacy has won way too many times. So I'm a little split on this, but based on principle, I will defend OJ, but I think OJ should probably take a lesson from this, but I doubt that. I think he's way too old to be taking lessons at this point. If you ain't got it right by now, I doubt that you're going to get it right now. I doubt that we're going to get it together now, right? But I wish OJ the best of luck. Hopefully he doesn't write any more, quote unquote, tell all books if he did it. Hopefully he doesn't do anything ludicrous or dumb like that again. And as far as the cave beasts are concerned, the cave dogs are concerned, just get over it. Get over it. It's done. We're done. The legal system had its way. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. But, that's all I have to say for the time being. Thanks a lot for watching. Feel free to comment. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to thumbs up. The feedback and support are extremely appreciated and valued. Until the next video, adios and goodbye for now.